final question. Who came up with the list of schools and suggestions for the referendum? In other words, was this a combined effort?
So yes, it was a combined effort, but it took a lot of what was done in the past and studies, and then it put some intentional things like building both middle schools, because that's an important part of getting the grade configuration and getting our schools out of the mobile business. But it also came in with some intentional design. We wanted to make sure that we designed both middle schools to be the same so that they can be cost efficient and we can also build them quicker. There are also some designs in, we've had some trouble even building a small Beck Early Childhood Center because the amount of brick in that school. So why would I build two very, very large middle schools with lots of brick if that's going to be a problem? So we've designed them where they can be designed outside and fabricated and brought on site so they can be done faster, quicker. And we're hoping that one person bids on both jobs so they can be built at the same time for efficiency, not only cost efficiency, but to be built in a more expedient manner. So I think there was some people involved in the past, and we kind of tried to put an intentional, just like I said with our budget, we're trying to build an educational plan that's being funded. And so everything that you see, not only in the referendum or 8% money or in our budget, is to try to be focused on the house again. It's to be focused on the education. What makes sense from an educational purpose and not just for building the mailbox purpose. And I think that's ultimately what I'm trying to share with you is what things are gonna move us quickly as an educational system. And that's why the middle schools and the elementary schools, as well as the high schools, additions were very important of how we could get somewhere very quickly, get out of mobiles, make our buildings secure, so we can make sure the education of our students become and are the priority that as we move forward.
Was there any parental input, other faculty members? I think that's what they are trying to address in this question, is did students have an opportunity to say what they wanted? Did parents have an opportunity to make suggestions about what they wanted in a referendum? In other words, or did it come straight from the district?
I believe, and most of this came from previous plans, so I'm not too sure about how much parental involvement. I know there was student committees from each of the high schools that are actually have presented, and they're going to present again in February to the board. So students had some input. They had facilities at each of the high schools. I'm not too aware, because I wasn't here in the past, and some of the designs, how much parental involvement, but I will tell you that it's done intentionally from an educational purpose. We have to stop talking about all those things and just move forward. I think the plan that we put together for the first time addresses every school in the district. And I think that's important to know, that every school in the district is going to get something from this, whether you're listed in the referendum or in the 8% money that we'll now have available and in the operational budget. So I think this plan, more than any other plan that I've seen, addresses two things. It's an educational plan. I think that's probably more fiscally conservative than anything put forth. But every school, and also every school, has an opportunity to get something from this plan as we move forward.